our recording today wouldn't be complete without touching on the subscription model you have. So we mentioned earlier on in the call that you've got some really big, global technology brands, as well as just huge household names that, work with and utilize the Yubico. And for a lot of those companies, it's been quite clear that their business needs and technology needs can change quite rapidly, and may differ across different regions and different departments and things like that. So whilst the Yubico is hardware, you guys have got a really interesting subscription model to help support these enterprise grade customers. Have you got any more information around that?
Yes, the idea behind launching a subscription model is to give customers flexibility. As you said, this is probably most relevant to larger organizations, both from a financial perspective. If you're using hundreds of thousands of YubiKeys, perhaps you don't want to pay up front for all of them. So having a subscription, of course, spreads the costs, which a lot of organizations like the sound of. And it also gives organizations more flexibility around the types of YubiKeys that they have access to. They are paying for a subscription, which means they have the right to use the YubiKey. They don't own the YubiKey. And that means when a new YubiKey comes out, which we've got a lot of exciting plans for even this year for new product launches, the customer knows that they will have access to those new products as soon as they come out, and that's already included in their subscription. Same for general upgrades or just swapping out YubiKeys. If you do a laptop refresh, for example, and instead of a USB-A YubiKey, you now need a USB-C YubiKey as part of the subscription, there is a possibility to swap out YubiKeys. And overall, it makes a lot of sense for customers, and they like the sound of that instead of having to buy something up front and then being locked in a way. It's nice to have options and flexibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been great for us to work with our partners in pitching the subscription model to them, because it's been incredibly well received. I think, typically speaking, it's not something that partners have heard of too much. So you guys, shifting the tide with your security keys, not only from a technology perspective, but also from a, procurement and the whole channel buying side is really great. And it's an exciting thing for us to work with our own channel on. So when it comes to actually scoping out opportunities and finding them with our partners' customers, what are the key sort of buying signals or topics you would advise our partners to look for?
I think understanding the customer's existing infrastructure is the most important and the best place to start. What is it that they are trying to achieve, and what is it that they've already got in their infrastructure? Are they already using second factor authentication? Are they looking to move to passwordless? Do they have the ability to move to passwordless? Or are they using more legacy forms of authenticators, or are they even just using passwords? So whatever they are doing, there will be a use case for a YubiKey, but really understanding where the YubiKey will fit based on that specific customer's priorities is so important. And that really shows the customer that our partners are their advisors who want to help them achieve their overall goals in terms of their security, rather than push a specific product. And the YubiKey can really fit into so many different scenarios, whether you want to just add an additional layer of security or use it as a primary form of authenticator. There will be a good option for everyone, but we just need to know what they are already doing and where they want to get to. And that's what we see a lot of. That's how use cases can really grow. Sometimes an organization will have a very specific idea around what they want to protect with a YubiKey. A good example of that would be a VPN. They just simply want to protect their VPN with a YubiKey. But as soon as the right questions are asked around what else they're doing, so many other use cases can be uncovered, and that means more user groups who can then be given YubiKeys, and that's how it can grow from a user group of 50 to a user group of 50,000.
Yes, I think a real key take-home point there is that whilst it is a very easy conversation to broach with your customers, because there will be at least some, use cases or a use case for the YubiKeys straight off the bat. Every customer is different, but the YubiKey can, adopt to those different scenarios and different use cases within each organization. But then more importantly, when you ask the right questions and understand their security posture, the current risk appetite, and how they envisage their risk profile changing over the coming year in particular, all of a sudden, that really easy, small opportunity that you may have found has developed into a huge project with, a real potential sort of large sale value to you as a partner, and a huge security risk mitigation for the customer. So, yeah, it's absolutely right, Bettina. Ask the right questions, but to actually open a door, it's already wide open, really, and most customers will absolutely have the need somewhere in their organization for the YubiKeys. So I think,
That's a very good point. I think every organization, regardless of what they do, how big or small they are, they want to and they need to protect their user accounts. Absolutely no doubt about that. No one is going to say, I'm not interested in protecting my account and my data, my financial information. So I completely agree. The door is definitely going to be open.
okay, so I suppose to wrap things up today, I think it's key for our customers to know that the YubiKey is a key critical piece of our customers' infrastructure and their security posture. There will be a use case for YubiKeys in probably every customer that they work with. And by asking some simple but quite targeted questions, you can, in most situations, increase the YubiKeys that customer requires and the different use cases within those organizations, as well as supporting your larger customers with different routes to market, such as a subscription model. YubiKey has credibility that's so clearly demonstrated with some of the leading tech organizations, as well as organizations in multiple other verticals that are already using their technologies. So that certainly adds some clout when talking to your customers. But to find out more, you can reach out to me, Lewis Dick. You can find me on LinkedIn, probably tagged in this post, and I'm sure the same applies for Bettina. But come and speak to me and my team. Reach out to us at yubico@infinigate.co.uk, and we'll be happy to help answer questions. The NFR kit Bettina explained earlier on, you can order one of those, and we can support you with, testing out the tools in your own environment. But Bettina, is there anything you'd like to add? Any closing comments?
As you said, we would like our partners to reach out to us with any questions, any help that might be required. We're here to help. And the start of this partnership has been really, really positive, and we've already seen a lot of success. And I'm excited to see more and see what happens this year and beyond.
Great. Yeah, it's been an exciting run so far, but yeah, I think 2021 is going to be a real strong year, for not only the cybersecurity industry as we bounce back from some of the challenges we've had, but Yubico and Infinigate. I can really see some, exciting propositions working with our channel and our current vendor portfolio, and how you guys work with them, which we've discussed at length already. So, yeah, reach out to us, ask any questions you like to myself, Bettina, and the team at Infinigate UK. Keep your eyes peeled on our social media, or subscribe to our email blasts, because you're going to find out about some cool events and further content on Yubico. And yeah, thanks for listening, and I'm sure I'll speak to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.